It's a chop suey place.
Chop suey?
Well, sure. I always take my French girlfriends to Chinese restaurants.
Do you know many French girls, monsieur?
You are the first. And you can drop them, monsieur. My name is Mike. My cousin.
I will remember.
Don't worry, you'll be safe with me. Thank you. Enjoy your meal?
I thought everything was fine. Didn't you?
Well, frankly, I thought the egg foo young tasted like egg foo not so young to me.
I ate every bit. Shall we go now?
No, let's not hurry it. You know what they say about Chinese food? 2 hours after you've eaten, you're hungry again.
So?
So we'll just sit here until we get an appetite.
But that is impossible. My uncle will be worried.
We'll tell him that you were safe in the arm of the law.
Is this what you call a figure of speech?
Could be a reality. What's wrong?
Nothing. I for a moment had the feeling someone was staring at me.
Well, I was.
I'm being silly. It's just after what happened tonight.
Now, come on. We agreed we would not discuss that, remember?
All right. But we must go now.
No, wait a minute. You haven't tried your fortune cookie yet.
Fortune cookie?
An old Oriental custom. There's a slip of paper inside with a fortune written on it.
How strange. Surely you are not superstitious.
My fortune cookies are never wrong. They always give me good advice.
What does it say?
Do not eat in this restaurant.
American humor.
Chinese cookie. Go on, open it. So?
It says, don't stay out too late on the first date.
Touché. That's a French expression, you know. All right, mademoiselle, I can take a hint. Shall we?
Thank you.
Well, here we are. Safe and sound.
I can't help it. I still have the feeling someone is staring at me.
Beautiful girls must get used to that.
Be serious.
I am. Now remember, I'm saying goodnight to you on one condition, that I see you again tomorrow.
Now you are, how do you say it, handing me a line.
No, I mean it, Annette. From now on, nothing can keep us apart.
Raise your hands, please. Don't try it. Raise your hands, quickly.
Who are you?
What do you want?
Justice.
There, now, no need to cry. We've been waiting here all the time. It's all right now.
Yes, it's all right now.
We've got our murderer. I'm sorry. Looks as though we made a mistake. Here's your wallet, Colonel.
Thank you.
Colonel?
Colonel André Berthaud.
Formerly Special Liaison Officer with the French Sûreté. Your credentials check out, sir. We owe you an apology.
It is I who must apologize to you for acting so hastily. But by following the girl, I thought I might be able to locate the murderer.
Well, pardon my long nose, but how come the French police are interested in this case?
They are not interested. I am acting as a private citizen. The moment I read of that girl's death in the papers, I knew.
You what?
It's happening again. Just as it happened in 1946, and 48, and 53, and 59. The name is different, but the circumstances are the same.
Circumstances? You mean there have been cases like this before in Europe?
A traveling waxworks comes to town. There is a series of mysterious, violent deaths. Then the waxworks disappears, moves on. And later, in another city, another name, it appears again. I have traced a trail over half the world.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to tell us that old Jacqueline is some kind of a mass murderer?
In all my investigations, I have never uncovered a single shred of evidence pointing to him as a killer.
Well, and maybe you have some kooky theory about the girl, is that it? Let me tell you.
I do not accuse the girl either.
But they're just the two of them. There are no others.
There are 50 others.
You mean those wax figures?
50 of the most fiendish murderers the world has ever seen.
Oh, brother, now I have heard everything.
Have you, my friend? Have you heard about Pygmalion, the great sculptor who breathed life into the statue of Galatea? Have you heard about the golem, the figure of clay who stalked the streets to kill?
But you're talking about legends and the long ago.
I am talking of reality, today. Consider this. In every case, in every city, the victim was killed in the same fashion used by one of the murderers in the waxworks. That girl the other night, slain with a hatchet, just after she drew a picture of Vardak, the hatchet murderer.
What about Sergeant Dane tonight? He was run down by a car.
I am positive he was killed by one of the figures.
Well, I'm positive he wasn't. I've looked through that exhibit, and there's no criminal on display there who ever used an automobile as a murder weapon.
Yes, I admit it's unusual. Offhand, I have only heard of one such case. A recent conviction in Marseille. The killer ran down his brother and tried to make it look like an accident. What was his name now? Praget. Yes, Alphonse Praget.
It's late. I think we'd all better...
No, please. I can see you don't believe me. But I have at my hotel evidence, transcripts, papers.
I didn't say I don't believe you.
Then let me show them to you.
Tomorrow, Colonel. Right now, I think we could all use some rest. Mike, would you get me Martin, please? Now, suppose we give you a ring first thing tomorrow morning. Will that be satisfactory, Colonel?
Martin? As you wish, monsieur.
Now, Martin, you'll be stationed at the door of Colonel Berthaud's hotel room until 6 a.m. I'll make arrangements for someone to relieve you.
Really, I am to have police protection? My dear sir, that's hardly necessary.
Colonel, we can't take any chances. Rest well, sir.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
What do you want at this hour of the night? We are closed.
I know.
You. The murderer.
A mistake, mademoiselle. I identified myself to the officers at headquarters. Colonel André Berthoud at your service.
The police sent you?
On the contrary. They do not even know that I'm here. Perhaps I can best explain inside. The light is chilly.
Very well, monsieur. Why were you following us this evening?
A habit I acquired during my years with the Sûreté. Do not be alarmed. I am no longer with them.
Haven't I seen you somewhere before?
It is possible. At times I am clumsy at concealing myself.
Was it in Paris?
Possibly. Or Rome, or Berlin.
Then this is not the first time you have followed us.
17 years, mademoiselle. But I was not following you. I was following them.
The wax figures?
The wax murderers. 17 years. And yet nothing has changed.
We have added new figures.
And there have been new victims.
Surely, monsieur, you do not imagine.
I do not imagine, I know. I know the police will never admit that there is such a thing as sorcery, black magique. But there are ways of bringing waxen figures to life.
They are wax models. Only wax.
Yes. Wax models. Just like this. Look. Jean Rastel, the blind beggar, executed for the murder of his friend in a tavern brawl. No one mourned him, and he was buried by the state. But while he was at the morgue, a certain Georges Balteau got permission to make a death mask.
I do not know a Georges Balteau.
Your uncle has used many names over the years.
It is no crime to make a death mask.
Or to steal hair from the corpse and mold it in with his wax image. In olden days, witches made little wax dolls the same way. And when the dolls were destroyed, men died. But there are other spells which could bring such dolls to life.
They are wax figures. Only wax. How could such things come to life and kill?
Your uncle knows the answer. Where is he?
In the back. He's sleeping. He cannot be disturbed.
Take me to him now. In here?
No. Through that door. Please, you must not startle him.
Startle him? What is he doing in there? Weaving another spell?
I tell you, he's sleeping.
Monsieur Jacqueline, open the door.
No, come back tomorrow. He will see you then.
I will see him tonight. Jacqueline, I warn you, I'm armed. Open the door or I'll shoot.
No, please.
What kind of a trick is this?
I don't know. I swear it.
job.
What did you do with the real Annette?
This is the real Annette.
A wax figure?
She was condemned and executed for murder 30 years ago. I claimed her body. Then I made this image just the way she told me to.
She told you to?
They said she was a murderer, which... It was the truth, monsieur. But I didn't care. She was so beautiful, I couldn't let her go.
But I've seen her alive.
Of course. There's a way of making the image so that it can return after death. That's how I preserved her life, her youth, her beauty, all those years. And when I hold her in my arms, she whispers to me, she tells me how to disguise myself and how to kill. And no one ever suspects.
Why do you kill?
From time to time, her life force must be nourished with fresh blood to be molded into new wax for her body. That's why I killed the girl.
And what about Dane and Hudson?
Well, they were meddling, like Patru. I had to get rid of them. No one must know the secret.
Now listen to me, Jacqueline. This is only a wax figure.
You do not understand. Look at her. She's sleeping now. But tomorrow, when I whisper the spell, she'll awaken again. Look at her. Look at my lovely one. Isn't she beautiful? What does it matter if fools must die? As long as such beauty is preserved forever. Yes, monsieur. Isn't she worth dying for?
It's all right. Don't you see? That's only a statue. The real Annette must be alive. Now try to understand.
You try to understand? This is the real Annette. The statue that comes alive. I molded it over her own body.
Boy,